Thank you for coming today. Welcome to the Bonifas Art Center. I'm Sue Roll. I'm the executive director, and I'll be turning this over to Pasqua. She is our gallery director and does regional projects for us. And she's going to update us on the exciting work that we're doing in ArtPrize. It's a UP-wide event.
Thank you, Sue. Yes, we're very excited to tell you more about ArtPrize 10. This year, the UP will have a presence in the ArtPrize world again, and we are happy to announce that. We're happy to announce that we are working with Mackinac Arts Council this year, and with sponsorship and support from Mission Point Resort on Mackinac Island, along with UP Travel and Recreation Association, and with the endorsement from all of our UP legislators. This year's project includes a special component, two special components, and we're excited about it. This year we're going to be doing a sneak peek exhibit, which means that the artwork that is bound for ArtPrize will go to Mackinac Island first, where they will be viewed. The artwork will be viewed across the business district and at Mission Point Resort. There'll be a wonderful gala reception on the 12th, and then the artwork, the exhibit, heads down to the Grand Rapids district. I just want to remind people that ArtPrize is an international arts competition. It's one of the largest competitions in the world, and it gives UP artists a center stage for convincing and encouraging and welcoming travelers and enthusiasts to come up to the UP and to view the Upper Peninsula as a unique arts and culture district. Another really exciting and new component that we have this year will be an educational component. ArtPrize is helping us and encouraging us to continue with this new twist, and we'll be working with folks from the art faculty from Northern Michigan University, Finlandia University. We're talking to people at Lake Superior States University and with Bay College. There is a lot of interest in those art faculty becoming arts advocates for their students and encouraging student work to be featured at ArtPrize 10. I'd like to introduce a supporter of the arts and one of our experts in destinations across the UP. Tom Nemechek is the director of UP Travel and Recreation Association and has worked with us in the past and knows the importance of arts in tourism. So I want to thank him for being here and ask him to come on up.
Thank you. So the question is why tourism is involved in arts. First of all, it's about the money. In reality, the people that travel want to see our arts and culture. There are people that travel specifically just for arts and culture, and then of course there's people that take it in while they're here. We know that over 80% of the people who travel want to be involved in what is considered arts and culture in a community. We also know that the people that take in arts and culture, frankly, spend more money, and that's not a bad thing. But from the other side of it is today's tourist, today's visitor, they want authentic. They don't want to stand on the sidelines and observe. They want to be part of something when they come to a place. And arts and culture really tell them who we are. In fact, as a resident, and outside the tourism part of it, just me being a resident, I think arts and culture in our communities tell us who we are. I think it tells us who we are in our communities. And then naturally, when the tourist comes, that's who they learn from and through those venues. They absolutely, today's visitor, again, does not want to be standing on the sidelines. They don't like just to observe. They want to engage. They want to get down and understand what it's like to live in this community, what it's like to live here, why do the people live here. And the arts tell them who we are. So it's an important part of the economy. On the international level, there are people that claim it's one of the great diplomatic things you can do. is that when people visit internationally, and we do get a lot of international visitors, it's a subtle way of them understanding us, which is always a good thing when people go back to other cultures and understand where they visited and what the people are about and why they're there. It's in a land of sometimes a lot of anger and hatred and things that we see, or a lot of violence. It's hard to be angry and violent against somebody that you really do understand after you visited. And arts and culture plays a role for us in that way too. So it is about the money. It does indeed bring more heads in beds. People do stay longer in an area because of the arts and culture, and they travel specifically for the arts and culture. And so we're very happy to be supporting this effort.
So Tom, I want to start with you.
Yeah.
What has been the impact the last 2 years from this program?
I can't say that we did enough research to say. I'll tell you this. It's anecdotal at this point. Until you do enough research to know what it really means. I will say that my office, not phone calls anymore because people don't call anymore, but through the internet, through our website, email, things like that, social media, we did see traffic generated through us because of the UP exhibit in Grand Rapids. That's the anecdotal part that I can point to and say that it's all about traffic in the social media world. We saw traffic in the social media world because of it. That's what we look to do.
Pasco, what about what's the impact then for the artists in the UP to be involved in this in the last 2 years?
Well, the impact for the artists has been huge visibility. Although ArtPrize itself, I don't think is known as a sales gallery or a sales opportunity, our artists, from 1 year alone, we received at least, I lost count after a while, but we sold at least 15 pieces. And they might not have been right there during those 19 days of ArtPrize in Grand Rapids, but sales continued to come. So we are up to about 15 or 16 sold pieces from a group of 51 artists. And that's pretty good sales. And that's just the sales for that specific art piece. And there continues to grow a network. And there have been some exhibit opportunities, and a couple of our artists have been now asked to present for different organizations in the Michigan area. So for the artist, the return for the artist is visibility, it's potential sales, it's networking, and it's a great little jot on your resume to say you've been in an international competition.
Sure.
By having all of the artists being one venue, is there a sense of pride of being a Uper?
There is, and not that the artist gets that right away, because they're used to the Bonifas Art Center supporting them as individual artists, and we do that. But we're kind of doing a whole mind shift and saying, this is a UP presence. And as we support you individually, we're supporting a region. And that growing the region, growing UP artists as a group makes us stronger individually and as a group. And I'm tickled when it happens. We have a lot of recognition downstate, as well as we said, the legislators all across the UP, every single one of them, sent us the beautiful letter with the golden seal. They want us to do this because I think they realize that, we're stronger together.
What is if you don't mind, Jordan, just a little bit longer, that's fine. What is the potential of arts and culture in the tourism industry in the future?
I think I for sure know that it's been underexposed. And underexposed from the standpoint that by nature, when I'm learning about this industry and working with people like Pasco, which has been a learning curve for me about the industry, is that they're very individual. They're out there on their own, doing their own thing in many cases, not necessarily into the quote marketing like we might be trying to sell the Upper Peninsula. Because of what I would consider to be a cottage industries and disconnected in many ways, drawing them together, the potential is pretty astronomical because all of a sudden it's an identifiable product. I could look at Facebook as an example and say all of a sudden we feature something on our Facebook page which has almost 300,000 followers. Well, gee, they didn't reach 300,000 people in a lifetime, and all of a sudden we were able to reach those people that quickly. So the defined product of the UP coming together, I don't know what the potential is. I just know that it's been underutilized, and I can honestly say I'm sure we're talking thousands and thousands of overnights that are in our future that we didn't have before.
You mentioned earlier that there's been some support from legislators. How has ArtPrize itself felt about this partnership? Have you had any indication?
Yes, we worked hard at opening the door with ArtPrize the first year, and then over the last, now we're into our third ArtPrize UP presence at ArtPrize. We've really started working relationships, and so we have the exhibits manager at ArtPrize who is very keen on this new program about investing in our art students, the UP art students, and working with our colleges and universities. So to get our collegiate students there, to get them down to ArtPrize, and to help add that that new trendy experiential quality that a lot of the collegiate students have. We want to add that component to the UP presence. ArtPrize is known for changing up the conversation, engaging community in new ways, and they have a sense of social, some of the things that they can affect socially. And so as we speak on the phone and some of these ideas start rolling, they're very keen on that. And so we're pleased. We're happy to be really working with ArtPrize this year. Yeah.
How about how do artists participate? How do they enroll?
How do artists participate? We do have, on our website, we have a nice little concise step-by-step how artists participate, because the artist has to understand that this is still an ArtPrize endeavor, and as they register, they will be an ArtPrize artist. And so it's going to that ArtPrize, artprize.org website and following those instructions, and then copying the Bonifas Art Center or copying Mackinac Arts Council to let us know that you are indeed engaged in registering for ArtPrize, and let us know then if you would like to be considered in the venue that we will have at ArtPrize as a UP presence. We can't always get all of the UP artists in one concise spot, but we do promote for all of the UP artists, whether they're in the UP Pavilion or if they're at any other venues. And we promote so that people know who they are, where they can find them. You can vote for them, because that's part of the ArtPrize project is community public vote.
And how important is it to have that exhibit at Mackinac Island before it goes downstate?
You know, the Mackinac, this is called Crossing the Straits, UP Artwork at Mackinac Island, or Crossing the Straits, UP Artwork at Grand Rapids. And this is a great place to be seen on Mackinac Island. There are, just like ArtPrize, there are visitors from all over the world, all over the country. They are maybe a little more keen on looking for arts and culture. So these are great places to be seen, and to have the support from Mission Point and their promo teams and from their visitors and their guests. It will be a very exciting time. It'll be a great summer on Mackinac.
Any final points, Tom?
No, in fact, go visit on Mackinac Island. That's part of the UP. We're always glad when people do that. So, but of course, I think if hopefully people get a chance to take an ArtPrize too. It's in our own state. It's the largest art exhibit of its kind in the world. So I mean, it's nearby. So take it in, but at least get over to Mackinac Island to see what we're sending downstate.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Well, you've got a lot of nips and stitches.